Hello, my name's Josh. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I've recently been through a divorce. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about one of the principles that I know is important in life, but has been key to my healing process from divorce. And as I've observed others, it's the key to why others seem to heal or not heal as quickly or really much at all. And that really is the importance of being consistent in the healing process. So one thing that I've learned is the healing process does not just magically happen. It is a series of decisions that have to be made, like by me in this case, to heal. And I wish it was as easy as I could just say, I want to heal. I wish it was as easy as just that simple, or just as simple as that. But it takes some real effort. So the first step is to say, yes, I want to heal. But then there's work to be done after that. And it's not just doing the work, it's being consistent with that work. Now, before I go any farther, I don't want to discount that the Lord can and does at times just miraculously heal people. And he does that for some people, but that is not I should say that's just not common to what I see. What I see and what my experience has been is that the Lord has used this as a time to teach me. And in order to teach me, a miraculous healing, just a sudden miraculous healing, wouldn't have done that. And so I had to learn some lessons. And one of those is the importance of consistency. Now, it's not that I've never been consistent with anything in my life in the past. That's not it. But I had to learn how to be more consistent and more deliberate in this healing process. So for me, what does that look like? That looks like little things like making my bed every day, exercising every day in some form or fashion, whether that's going on long walks, whether that's going to the gym, whatever it may be, it is getting physical exercise. It's been going to counseling. And, I've met a few people that have gone to counseling and they've had some pretty deep-seated issues and some real deep traumas and pain. And they'll go a couple times and they feel a little better, which is great. But then they think, oh, okay, I'm better now. And they think they're all better. And then those old problems and pains just seem to come right back. It's because it takes consistent effort of learning how to think things through differently, how to feel things differently, how to process things differently. And that takes a consistent effort to make that occur. For me, that has also meant consistently going to church and taking the sacrament. That has meant consistently going to the temple. Even during COVID, when I couldn't go into the temple, just driving to the temple and sitting outside the grounds and just trying to commune with God that way. For me, it's meant being consistent in reading books and trying to educate myself better on how to deal with trauma, how to deal with emotions, and how to become a better person. And the reality is, this consistency has been helpful for me because, as many people feel, when you start going through this divorce process, you feel like your life has just been shattered, which is painful in and of itself. And we have to make a decision. I had to make a decision to start picking up those pieces, but because of divorce, there's no putting that mirror back together. Instead, I have to build something new. And if I'm going to build something new, I might as well build something better. And that's a painful thought to actually have, just to think I'm going to build something better. Because sometimes we want to go back to what we had, and that's not possible. So it takes consistent effort to take those pieces and build a new life. And in that building and in that consistency, there is lots of growth that occurs. And in that same time, that consistency of effort has also taught me that there are some pieces of that old life I don't want anymore. Or they were really immature. They were, not to say that I was being childish, but they were just immature, and I need to mature into a different way of thinking or a different way of perceiving things. And that has all been thanks to the Lord. I mean, in the end, the Lord does all the healing. But what I've discovered is he requires me to put some effort into that, and that effort is consistent. I think of, a lot of times, the way I think of it is Nephi building the boat. Nephi didn't build the boat in a day. It took a lot of effort, a lot of very consistent effort to get that boat ready to go out and cross the sea. That's in essence what I'm doing here. I'm building a new boat, and it takes a lot of work to build that boat. But that boat, or my new life, it's going to be amazing. And that doesn't mean that I have to look at my old life negatively. Doesn't mean I have to look down on my former spouse. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I find that as I put in this effort and I build this new life, I have nothing but best wishes for her. And I find that I have hope for my children and for me. And that's a great thing. But it requires a consistent effort. And one of the first areas that I really noticed that was actually when I was very consistent for a while during the divorce process, and then I kind of started slacking. Little by little, things started falling off. I stopped exercising as much. I stopped trying to connect with God as much. I stopped just consistently reading and trying to expand my understanding of my emotions and my mind and how I think and everything else. And as I started slowing that down, I felt bogged down more. I felt a little bit more depressed. I felt a little bit more anxious. I felt a lot of the heaviness coming back. And there's already heaviness involved in the divorce. But once I picked those habits back up again and really was consistent with those again, I found that, the heaviness started to dissipate again. Now, one thing with that statement, it wasn't that there wasn't pain involved. There was lots of pain involved. It was very hurtful. It is very hurtful. It's scary at times when you're going through divorce. You don't know what your future holds, and there's so much that goes with that. So I'm not saying that this consistent effort makes everything disappear. What I'm saying is what is required for the healing process to take place. And the healing process does take time. And I've in my case, I feel that my healing process has been greatly expedited because I've been willing to put in the effort. And it means sometimes speeding things up, and sometimes, and I've talked about this in other videos, it means slowing down. It means sitting down and meditating and getting back in touch with myself. And these are habits that I think I'll probably carry with me for the rest of my life. They've served me really well through the divorce, and I don't see why I would change any of them. And in fact, maybe I'd improve on some of them, but I don't see why I would just wholesale stop any of them. But that's one of the more important lessons I've learned in this divorce process, is the importance that I really feel like it's the Lord who requires it, to put in effort and to be consistent in that effort. And in so doing, he can heal us at such a faster rate. And it's because he can teach us, and we can learn and grow at such a faster rate. Anyways, my name's Josh. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This channel is not endorsed by the church. I'm not a counselor or therapist. I've just learned some lessons through my divorce, and I'm hoping they can help you along the way too. Thanks for coming to my channel.